teams still searching for that first win of the season. One of them is going to find it here as we're off in week 2. Marvin Mims now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Shorty got that body out of no time, set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Now Nix. And set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
All set to go now from the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Setting up the running back screen. It's a small gain up to the 38. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Shotgun snap to Nix. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard? Well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
He'll scrape together what he can on the return. Gets it back to the 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. And first carry here for Ashton Genty. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. To throw, here's Darnold. Has his man. That's their rookie for Morgan. Just before he reaches the marker, he's hit and stopped. They got him at the 29.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. All right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
1st and 10 from the 32. Dive play straight ahead. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Donald. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. He's going deep. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down. And flipping through, Brock, that certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
Can't obey the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. First play in the drive. Here's Harvey. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Went the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Harvey gets it on the counter. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Third down, Raiders going with some dime coverage here. They'll air it out on 3rd. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long.
You and I know, Kate, it's on average about 60 to 65 plays a game, somewhere between 10 and 12 third downs. And what you don't want to do is start 0 for 2 in that column.
He gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it's tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it.
And they hit big there on that 2nd down. Let's see if this play holds up or not, though. We've got a penalty flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run here following the penalty. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They have it on 3rd and 9. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one's incomplete over the middle.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
A.J. Cole on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. On the handoff, here's Harvey. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Nix from the gun. Finds him over the middle. All right, short on marker for the moment. They've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44.
Hey, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. the gun, it's Nix. That one finds his man, Ingram. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos get the game's first points here in the second. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
At their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Here we go, set.
With a dive up the middle. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Set.
Now Darnold. That's complete to the back, Ashton Jensen. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Got to be pretty good after. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. Now, that's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Throwing here, Darnold. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10.
Here we go, set. Set.
Darnold. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
This is Genty on second. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
On third down, Genty. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. Fourth down coming up. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Carlson's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the track. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Mims. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Hold on, set. Ready. Ready. Ready.
Get to Harvey here from the pistol. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
It's Nix out of the pistol. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Hold on, set. Ready. 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 Bombers.
On third down, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And this is going to be Raiders football.
Okay, this is one of those circumstances where you got to play all the way through the whistle, right? Didn't look good defensively. Give up a big chunk passing play, but then you turn around and one hit totally changes the moment. You get the ball back and you turn the mojo in this building around.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's Darnold. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos are set up just shy of the 25 after that tackle.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Hold on, set.
To throw, here's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's second down. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Here's second and 10 from the 21.
Hold on, set.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down now, ball at the 33. Here's Nix to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So that brings up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line.
Hold on, set. Ready. Tapping.
Once more, it's Nix. He throws a bullet deep to the... And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
First and 10, Darnold. That one's complete over the middle. They'll take this ahead to the 34-yard line. Greg Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Go, set. Ready.
Here's Darnold to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders take the lead just before halftime. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. Right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here's Mims. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining.
Hold on, set. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there could be more interceptions.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Outright, and Ingram makes the grab. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third and a lone yard coming up. The Broncos had their eye on that play clock, and before it expires, they call a timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Hold on, set. Ready.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And they're going to get there to force him out. But a nice play for the offense to go out on, as that's going to end our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
We go, set. Set.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The entire playbook is open here, Brock. It is 2nd and inches. Darnold off the play action. Throw left side, complete. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Here we go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Darnold looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And give him 10 yards there. A lot of work done as they set up 3rd and very short.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, King, 2 sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to turn backward. All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
22-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So 1st down from the 41. Nix. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
2nd down, gives to Harvey. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Just shy of
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Captain.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 from the 43. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run only gained 1 yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Bombers.
Nix from the gun. In trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Raiders get to it. Up to the races, middle of the field. And Vegas takes it back for a touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
So Darnold in the offense getting set. 2-point attempt upcoming. They send him straight up the middle. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Quick to capitalize, Brock. They ran the offense out in a hurry and had the 2-point conversion on to that fumble return touchdown.
I can't tell you how much I love that call. You're making that turnover sting that much more, making them dwell on that miscue. I guarantee you, it stings so much worse for watching 8 points go on the board than just 7. Way to rub a little salt in the wound.
On the return, here's Mims. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. It's Harvey straight ahead. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
That's good for a Broncos.
Only 1 play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
At the 50-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Great play. There to take him down.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate. That's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
So we're through 3 here. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th.
Ready.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He finds it beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets them to 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. This one falls incomplete.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Ready. 180.
Give up the middle to Harvey. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and
8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Ready. 180. Captain.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's got Sutton complete. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Following the play, that's quarterback Bo Nix in some noticeable pain, Brock. Obviously a worrying sight as he receives some assistance. It's 2nd and goal.
19, Stephanie. Cougar 19. 79 Broncos.
They'll throw again. Stidham. And the defender comes away with it. He's off to the races. The 50. 30. Hits the 20. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. Oh, that one stinks. Take the 6 off the board, partner. That was an interference-aided interception.
And he could be as upset as he wants that that play won't count for him or his team, but deep inside he knows that pick 6 probably doesn't happen without the interference on the play.
Ready up.
Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Running it after the penalty. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
With Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's the backup. First throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Go! Bronco 80. Warrior 70. Ready, ready.
And the shotgun, it's Stidham. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Raiders have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Darnold. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
Those are exactly the plays, Kate, that the corners in this league make their money and make their reputation. A one-on-one, and he wins that battle.
Here we go, set. Set.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. This one is also going to be incomplete. Knocked away again, and they're left looking at 4th down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Here we go, here we go.
1st and 10, it's Stidham. He's out here midfield and still going. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Good for a Broncos first down.
19, Tiger, 19.
1st and 10 at the 47.
Working from the gun, here's Stidham. And down he goes, Raiders got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Some guys, you just have to account for them, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, it just felt like their presence took up the entire field. And this linebacker today, well, he had the interception earlier, a sack right now. You've got to start figuring out a plan for him, or he will take over this game.
Following the sack, needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Shotgun snap now to Stidham. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Hold on, set.
Throwing now. Gets it downfield. On target to Sutton. Give him 24 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down Denver. You've set it downs for him from the 31.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Nix with it on 1st. Throwing the out route complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down.
Ready.
Once more, it's Nix. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Dive play straight ahead. And that's a Raiders first down. And more than that, Brock, you should seal away the win for him.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Quarterback run here. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.